Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Stellar Outdoor Pendant / Semi-Flush. This is the 362651. Have the fixture right here. We can check it out. So let's talk about to begin with, the size of the fixture. It's a pretty good, robust size. People can use this in those big porches. They can use it in a vestibule. They can use it inside too, like in a stairway, because it is pretty cool. You can use this inside and outside. Another cool thing about it is if you are in a situation, let's say you're on a mountaintop or an ocean front and you're worried about wind hitting your fixtures, this is all open. So there's just a piece of glass here. Wind's going to pass right through it. So it's a great design for that reason. Very aerodynamic. And it's going to pass through here too. So I don't think you have to worry that much about wind on it. So 23.9 inches tall. That's going to be from the bottom of the fixture to right here where the rods start, and 18.2 inches in diameter. So it's, like I said, a very nice big size. When we get into overall height, now we're talking about the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling itself. So it's going to give you a range because, like I said, this can be a semi-flush. It can be a big semi-flush, but it can still be a semi-flush. 25.5 at its shortest and going to 59.5 at its longest. If you need this to be longer than the long, drop me a quick email, tell me what you're doing, and that, let's say you need an 89 inches overall height or 112. I'm going to take your email and I'm going to send it through Hubbardton Forge's customs department. It's going to go through engineering and come back to me, and they're going to give us an answer, a little time, a little more money, but we do it every day, not a big deal. If you're using this inside and you want it to be slope ceiling adaptable, same thing. Drop me a quick email, tell me that. It's not slope ceiling adaptable for outside. That's very important that you should know that. How Hubbardton Forge does all of this length is they're going to be using a system of interconnecting rods. So you basically have a rod that has threading on the end, and then you have these little connector pieces right in the middle of it. And you know, when you put these on, you can barely even tell that that's what you're doing. They're very flush when you get them together. I have to get them together though first to show you, right? And a couple other things. So let's see. You're going to have two pieces of the 12. You're going to have one piece of the 6, and you're going to have one piece of the 3. So we'll keep going with this. And here we go. There we go. It's so seamless you can even barely tell I've done that. Pretty cool. So like I said, two pieces of the 12, one of the 6, one of the 3. You use them in combinations to get the length that you're looking at from the ceiling to the bottom of that fixture. And how we put this together, look at the installations instructions with me. And how we're going to do that is we're going to go onto this page for this on Handmade in Vermont. Look over on this side of the screen, midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say, click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. You're going to put a couple towels down on a counter. You're going to lay this fixture at one end. You're going to lay the canopy at the other end. You're going to lay the parts down after you kind of calculated what you need. You're going to feed the wires through each piece one by one by one, and then you're going to put it all together at the very end of that. You're going to put the glass on way later after it's already up, so don't think about the glass for now. Okay? However, we'll talk about the glass, so let's talk about the glass. Hubbardton Forge uses this beautiful, beautiful hand-blown glass. This piece even has a little bit of a bubble on the bottom telling me it's hand-blown. And listen to this ring. Isn't that amazing? So it's very thick, and it's practically almost like crystal. It's something that you wouldn't expect the quality of this to be used on an outdoor fixture. You probably have never run into that before, but here you are. You've got something really incredible to work with. Let's moving on to what's inside of this. So it's going to be using a GU10 socket. So that GU10 socket, you can probably see it in the bottom of this, has two little holes that are going to accept the prongs that are on the bulb, and it just sits inside. So it's pretty flush inside. It's going to be pushing light straight down into that glass. So you're not going to be able to see the bulb at all. If you guys are looking for a socket setup that may be something more like this, where you do see the bulb, send me a quick email and tell me you're looking for the 362651 and you want it like with a medium base socket, and then I can check into that for you as well. Okay, all these little things we can do with Hubbardton Forge because it's all made here in Vermont, half hour from where we are, and made to order, so we can do these. We can check on these things and see if we can do them. Always a good thing for you. Canopy on the ceiling, it's going to be 5-inch round. It's going to go over your 4-inch junction box just like that. Hides it beautifully. Like I said, no slope ceiling adaptability on this unless you're using it inside, and we can do it as a custom. This comes only, well, this only weighs 11 pounds. So it looks heavy. It's not heavy. It's aluminum, and it's going to be hanging just from your normal junction box. There's no weight restriction on this, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. As far as the bulbs go, let's talk about the kind of LEDs you can use in this and halogen. So you're up to a 50 watt max for a halogen bulb in this because of the heat generated by a halogen bulb. And most of the bulbs that are going to be those GU10s are going to max out at 50 watts anyway. If you want to go LED, you can do that without a problem, and I think that's where you guys should go. I've gotten great LEDs, and I think it was the House brand from Amazon, basically, their House Basics or something like that. But when you get into these little guys, this is a bigger version of the bulb for this. Has little prongs in the bottom, and they just kind of click in. The bulb for this one is actually smaller than this one, but I got this on Amazon, and like I said, I think it's their Amazon Basics. And there's no limit as far as what you can get into it, except for what you can get into it. So it's really the physical bulb getting in is your limit with LEDs, because they don't generate much heat at all. They just generate light, and they use very little electricity. So you could leave this on all night without a problem. The color of the light, I talk about that all the time. This color of this light coming down on my hands, this is 3000 Kelvin. This is considered the norm for warm white, and I think this is the way most people should go on this. You'll notice when you do look at these bulbs on Amazon, up in that header at the top, the header that says, it's like a place where you put in what you're looking for, basically, the search bar. So you're going to put in GU10 LED, and up pop are going to be a whole bunch of things. You're going to notice some of them are going to say 2700 Kelvin, and that's considered super warm light. That's almost like a setting sun or like a incandescent bulb that's been dimmed down. That's kind of getting phased out of the lighting industry because kind of the bluer you get, the more lumens you get out of a bulb. The middle of that 3000 Kelvin is super good though, so just remember that. When you get into what they call daylight, be very careful. A lot of people out there think that daylight is like the setting sun and the warm glow. It's not. Daylight is super blue light. That's going to be that cold hospital waiting room light. That's going to be 4,000, 5,000 on the Kelvin scale. So just remember, you want to zero back and look at something that's going to be 3000 Kelvin. If you want to get a dimmable one, you can, but again, I don't think you really need to. But 3000 Kelvin is where you want to be looking. They only use aircraft grade aluminum to make all of their outdoor lighting, and the reason they do that is because aluminum holds up better than any other material in harsh, extreme weather. When you go out and you're out in the world, look up and you'll see those jet airlines flying up there way above your head. They're all made out of aluminum for a reason, because it holds up beautifully, it welds beautifully, it doesn't rust, it's very light, and it's just the best material to use outside. So on top of that, they have developed these outdoor baked epoxy powder coats that can go over this and make them pretty much indestructible, and we're going to talk about that right now. So how they do this, you'll notice in the picture next to me, there's a picture of a woman, and she's actually shooting powdered finish at the fixture, and they take the fixture, let's say this is the fixture to begin with, okay? They wire it up with a wire here, a wire coming down. They run a small amount of electricity through it to make it positive. And what that does, it makes it attract everything around it. So when she's over there spraying little bits of powdered finish, what it's going to do, it's going to go over the entire fixture. It's going to get into every nook, every cranny, top, bottom, sides, the whole thing. They're going to take that fixture, they're going to put it into an oven. That's going to melt that down and make it into a hard epoxy shell. And it makes it incredibly strong. Because they do this, and these things have been tested in these wind chambers where they have shot salty seawater at them, basically, because that's what's going to happen on a beach, right, where a lot of these things are going to end up. They had to really do that to make sure that they're going to hold up for you. And because they have done that, they offer the best warranty for the entire lighting industry. And you can see that over on the left-hand side of your screen. Limited lifetime warranty for residential use, and check it out, and it'll really make you feel better about their products. Cool. Okay. Moving on from there, why don't we talk about our showroom in Vermont. We have over 350 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We actually have a What's on Display page on our website. It's over in the red tabs over on the left-hand side of your screen, so you can open up that and check it out. Showroom has also a clearance center. So clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's an amazing deal for you. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you guys are going to come visit us, do me a favor, bring a big SUV, if you can, if you have one, only because the boxes are set up for shipping. Measure everything you can think of. So measure with a measuring tape, measure your ceilings, measure counters, tables, distances between junction boxes and things like ceilings, because if you're looking, you want to make sure when you're looking at these things that they're going to be able to be used by you for your needs, okay? And then also bring an iPad. If you guys are doing a project and you have a tablet laying around at home, take pictures with that. Take pictures and you can bring that tablet in and we can go through all those pictures together and look and see what you guys are doing, and I can help you out on that, okay? So when you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else does that. Some larger items, generally big things on pallets and custom things, are going to be non-returnable. We'll always tell you that on the page for it, so just keep your eyes peeled for that. And then on top of all that, we offer a rush program. So in order for you to get all of these different finishes, Hubbardton Forge doesn't stock. It takes generally about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. We can cut that time in half, and it is super, super inexpensive. A lot of people don't even know about it. If you want to know about it, the best thing to do is just drop me a quick email, sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. You can also call 802-446-2400 during business hours. And so I'm here every day except Sunday, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time if you guys want to talk to me. And then you can email us 7 days a week at sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. So I think that kind of wraps things up on this. You guys have any questions at all, let me know. Thank you for stopping in today. Take care. Bye-bye.